Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's CaitlinAnwyn and let's get into this create a sim video. Season 6 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is coming to E4 on March 28th at 9 PM. This isn't a sponsored video, I'm just really excited, so I wanted to celebrate by making the characters in The Sims 4. So the first sim I made was Jake Peralta. I was just messing around with how he sounded and tried to make his sim sound like how he sounds in the series, and now I've got his sort of sloppy walk going, and I decided his aspiration would be the Strangerville mystery aspiration because that's the closest to a detective that I could think of, and I created him to be childish, a genius, and lazy because his desk is always messy. So I had a little trouble with Jake. I don't know quite what's wrong with him. But you could let me know in the comments what I could have changed to make him look more similar to his character. So Jake Peralta is played by Andy Samberg in Brooklyn Nine-Nine if you haven't watched it. So yeah, there we go. So I tried to make his face a little slim. So yeah, I'm just trying to get his nose right because he's got a bit of a ridge on the top of his nose, and obviously we can't forget eyelashes. Even for our boy sims, like the Kajiko eyelashes are the ones for making sims look more realistic. Just trying to make sure that his eyes didn't look too girly. And Jake's got quite thin lips. But again, I still think there's something slightly off with it, but obviously let me know in the comments what maybe could have been changed with him. I think the hair makes it though, so yeah, this is quite similar to Jake's in the series, and obviously Andy Samberg's hair, but I probably would have preferred a little bit more of a widow's peak with a hairline, because this hairline is receding a little bit. It's me tweaking with the face again. Just wasn't quite I wasn't quite happy with this one. Some of the custom skins I've got. If you want to download any of the custom content that's custom content skins, they're all on my Tumblr page, which is linked down below. But I do think it looks a little bit better with the hair, and this was my favourite custom content piece that I found on Lana's CC Finds. I think the creator is deactivated now, but don't quote me on it, but I love this jacket. I couldn't believe I found an NYPD jacket. This is like perfect for this, for these characters. Again, all of the custom content that you'll see on this video is on my Tumblr page. So this is from the Get Famous detective outfit, I think. I don't actually have Get to Work downloaded on this PC, so I couldn't use any of the sorry, I just accidentally put him in a skirt there. Yeah, I don't have the police uniforms from Get to Work because I don't have that downloaded onto my PC, but Get Famous came with the detective outfit, which is perfect because they're all detectives. And there you go, this is outfits, and just trying to mess around with some more casual outfits for Jake because he's not really a formal kind of guy, and he tends to wear leather jackets outside of like work hours, and usually he wears a hoodie with his shirt, and it's more of a check shirt than a plain shirt. Here we go. Oh, and yeah, so there's Jake. There are military boots from the Strangerville pack, and they've just been split from the trousers that came with the pack. Next, I made Jake's best friend, Charles Boyle, played by Joe Lo Trulio, I think. I made him a romantic sim, so I gave him the soulmate aspiration, and I made him a romantic, glutton, and genius sim. Oh, I actually made that childish then. I thought he would be a genius, and then I changed it to, I guess, childish, the lollipop. So I was debating whether to make him family orientated, because in the later series he adopts with his girlfriend Genevieve. Sorry if you haven't actually seen the series. I don't have City Living downloaded onto this PC, so I would have made Charles a foodie sim, but I don't have that trait downloaded onto here, so he's a little bit of a glutton. I know Charles is more of a foodie sim than a glutton. So I'm just making Charles's face now. Sorting out his skin tones. Let me know if you know of any other skin tones that I can download into my game. Make suggestions either in the comments or on any of my socials, because I really struggled with skin tones a lot. Figuring out which skin tones sort of match to my sims. So I think this sim looks really kind. I think it looks really friendly, and I think that's what makes me feel like this is more of a Boyle character. But I had trouble sort of matching his hair to what it was like in the series, but this is probably as close as I could get to Charles's hair in Sims. So he's got quite a more rounded face than Jake, which I think makes him look a lot younger. I'm just messing around with a few skin tones, and yeah. So again, custom content, police outfits. Most of the characters do dress quite similarly because it's obviously their uniform, so they do tend to be quite samey, the outfits, but they're all detectives and they all wear similar outfits when they go out on the job. So there's the NYPD detective jacket, which I'm still like amazed that I found that, and I absolutely love it. So shout out to that creator. So I've just gone back and I sort of finding different colour shirts for different sims so they're not all wearing the same thing. And Charles tends to wear a brown leather jacket, where Jake wears a black leather jacket, so I was just trying to find a nice brown leather jacket for Charles when they go out on their assignments together. I was thinking that was slightly too much brown or beige, and I know that is quite characteristic of Charles's sim and most of the Boyles, but it just didn't look quite right in the Sims. So there's all of his outfits. Perfect. And that one's my favourite. Okay, so next I decided to make Sergeant Sergeant Terry? I can't remember whether he's a sergeant. Let's have a look. So yeah, proper shout out to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine fandom wiki page because, yeah, Sergeant Terrence Vincent Jeffords. So shout out to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine fandom wiki page because I've used so much of the pictures and the information about the characters in Brooklyn Nine-Nine to sort of create these sims. So I made Terry's aspiration to be the bodybuilder. I made him family orientated, a bit of a glutton because he used to be fat, chubby when he was younger, and he's also athletic because he goes to the gym a lot. So here's Terry. So Terry's played by Terry Crews. He's one of my favourite characters on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Well, like all of them are my favourite, but so yeah, I definitely need more darker skin overlays because I had trouble with the skin overlays I've got at the moment. They didn't quite fit well with the sim that I was trying to create to be similar to the character of Terry. I found that the skin overlays were sort of taking the details out of the sim a little bit more, so ended up taking that off eventually. Oh, no, his nose is definitely not like that. Big mistake. So yeah, this is where I was sort of messing around with the skin overlays, and because he's bald, the ones that only cover their face kind of looks a bit weird, and that doesn't fit well. So that one looked really nice, but it's got like a strange line where the hair would be, but Terry's bald, so I ended up just sort of checking them over. I seen like a weird highlight on the back of the head with that other one, so I just gave up. I tried to make the sim sort of an exaggerated version of Terry's body, so I made him super bulky and super huge, but obviously it's still Sims, so they're not quite exactly the same, but I just tried to make it as messy as possible. And oh, keep clicking on the female detective outfit, but this outfit's perfect for Terry because he's always wearing suspenders, and the NYPD detective jacket, my absolute fave. And I really struggled with shoes because you don't really see shoes much on the TV show. Like, you're more focused on like waist and above, so I just put them in the military boots because I figured if they were running around and arresting people, they would definitely need some good footwear. I was just trying to mess around with the bottoms to sort of match Terry's look, and he doesn't really wear jackets a lot, so I was kind of struggling with that one. Terry tends to wear brightly coloured shirts. I couldn't find one that perfectly matched what he wore in the show, but I did have a sort of pink that I put on him. There we go, there's the pink. And again, like for when they go on assignments. And then I gave Terry a more casual dad look for when he's at home with his twins. There we go, casual dad Terry. Sort of reminds me of the episode where Jake and Amy look after the twins. So there we are. Oh, and I remembered that Jake really likes sneakers, so when he was in his more casual outfit, I gave him some funky trainers in his outfit. Here we go. And next I decided to make Hitchcock, who is played by Dirk Mallorca in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't really talk about Hitchcock without mentioning Scully, because they kind of come in a team. They're like lazy duo and don't really go out on missions, but they're both hilarious. So I made Hitchcock's aspiration to be the food aspiration, because that's basically all he talks about. He is a lazy glutton and a slob, I think, because he always has a messy desk and there's always crumbs on his desk. He's constantly eating and constantly in the break room, either breaking things, catching fire to things, or eating or napping. He's hilarious. I love Hitchcock. And I just realised that I hadn't changed any of the ages on any of the Sims, so I made Hitchcock an elder, so he'd have more like lines and wrinkles on his face, but I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't change the sort of neck area of the Sim. I kind of wanted to give him more of a double chin sort of look, and I was just double checking what colour eyes Hitchcock has, and I think they're blue. So yeah, I wanted to sort of make his like neckline more like droopy, but I couldn't do that on The Sims. And but yeah, the skin overlays were smoothing his face out way too much, and Hitchcock's face did not look that smooth. So I kind of left him without overlays too, I think. So yeah, I took the overlays off so we could have more details into the face, because I couldn't really make him have a double chin or like a more droopy sort of neckline, unfortunately. So just trying to make his face more similar to Hitchcock's. And obviously they're really rounded tummies, so yeah. And Hitchcock's normally just got the detective sort of look about him, but unfortunately I couldn't get like a stained outfit. Oh, and his yeah, and like usually there's like stains on his shirt, which I thought would be quite funny if we could put that on, but fortunately I couldn't find like a dirty shirt. So the running joke with Hitchcock is that he constantly takes his top off as soon as there's like the slightest inclination to take his top off, so I made him an outfit of just his trousers and his top, because I thought that was hilarious. So I put him in the jacket too, even though he doesn't often go out on assignments. And there's another sort of detective outfit for him. And I was just looking at like old man outfits. Oh, yeah, and he's got a tattoo of him of himself on his shoulder, so I thought I'd put like a tattoo on his shoulder / arm, so I put a tattoo on his arm too. I won't talk about what's on the tattoo, as that'll be for you to have a look for. So we can't have Hitchcock without Scully. So Scully's next. Scully is played by... check. So Scully is played by Joel McKinnon Miller. And I've made him have the food aspiration and basically the same traits as Hitchcock. So he's a glutton, he's lazy, and made him a glutton, lazy, but I've made him a musical sim because Scully can sing the opera. Let's check around. Double checking what Scully's eyes are, because I never really noticed what people's colours... I never really noticed what their eye colour is, so I usually have to go back and double check what their eye colour is. And again, if you want to find my custom eyes, they're on my template page. And I've made Scully an elder too, so he could have more sort of lines and wrinkles on his face, just to give him a little bit more detail. And obviously they're best friends. In one of the episodes they do actually find that they've both done and completed more cases than everyone else in the building, including Terry, and he really didn't enjoy that and wanted to beat them. So I was really happy with the sort of crew cut that I got for Scully, which came with the Strangerville pack. Speaking of Strangerville, if you haven't already, maybe check out my Strangerville Sisters Let's Play. Is all in a playlist, which I will link to at the end. That's almost finished now, and the story will probably be completed in 1 or 2 more parts. So just trying to find like a vest top for Scully, which now looking at it, those skinny jeans were hilarious. So I couldn't believe there was a base game sort of shirt with the vest jumper thing that he always wears on the show, so I was well chuffed that we could find that outfit, and it was just a base game top. That's amazing. So put Scully in his detective gear too, and his police wear for when he goes out on assignments too, and obviously my favourite jacket for this creator sim. And because he wears his vest tops that much, I tried to find like a different colour variant, but I really struggled finding that vest top, so it looked like a cardigan and that didn't look quite right. I really wanted that vest top, but I could not find it anyway. There we go. And then yeah, so I thought I'd give him 2 different outfits of that vest top, and that one suited him the best. And yeah, so I've given him 2 vests because he tends to wear different coloured vests all the time. And there's Scully and all of his outfits. So after Scully, I created Captain Raymond Holt. He's got to be one of my top characters in this series because his character development is one of my favourites, and he starts off really stern and really warms up to the detectives in the bullpen. So I've made him a Renaissance sim, I think this aspiration's called, because he wants to be good at everything. He's a genius. He's a little bit of a snob, but he's still good. I think that's what I picked. Yeah, he's good. So I usually start off with the hair because that sort of makes them more recognizable, and I was just flicking through the different textures that they've got quite short haircuts in the Sims, and I've never really used these before, so it's quite fun to look at the different textures, but this one was my favourite. I don't think The Sims is ever going to capture the sternness of Captain Holt, because Sims always seem to like sort of smile, but he usually has quite a straight face. And again, I sort of wanted to move the neckline a lot more than I could. Like, I wish there was a mod where you could just move the like underneath of their chin more, and like sort of give them sort of different sort of shape underneath their chin, like their face is one thing and then their neck's another. I sort of want to blend them in more. So if you know of a mod, like, let me know, like on any of my socials, Tumblr, Twitter, or sort of, you can't send me links on YouTube comments where you can on Twitter, so it might be a bit easier to put it on Twitter. And yeah, I'm gonna come back to this because I've carried on looking and I did find a captain's outfit for Holt, so I'm gonna put that on later, but for now I'm just sort of using the detective outfit. I'm moving his body shape around a bit. Holt's quite large but still slim. He's just a large framed man. He does power walking in the series. Again, my favourite NYPD jacket with the boots. And Holt's not one for a lot of colours, and I put his wedding ring on for every outfit as well as Terry. I don't think I mentioned that, but Terry's got a wedding ring on too. For anyone who hasn't watched the series, Holt is married to Kevin, so he's an openly gay black man in the police. I can't remember how they say it, but yeah, I love that. I love that they've got like sort of LGBT representation in the series too. So there's his outfits, and I'll come back to the captain sort of outfit because I've downloaded that after I created this sim, because I wasn't quite happy with the outfit, so I really wanted to find one which suited him a lot better than these ones, because he doesn't tend to wear the detective outfits as much as he wears the sergeant outfit. So this video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to upload the second half of this video with the girls from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is Amy, Gina and Rosa. So if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and ding the bell to be notified when I upload the next part. I hope everyone has a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.